What if I told you we bathed in thick black crude oil, not water, but oil? Well, we did. But before we even get to that, let us take you into the town of Naftalan, Azerbaijan, and its bizarre resorts. A world whose sole purpose is Naftalan oil and the art of oil bathing.
I know you ain't doing this to yourself. Stop what you're doing and let him go.
We've arrived where? We're in Naftalan, which is like a resort town, basically. Specifically, the reason why people come here is to do an oil bath in crude oil. Some say it's really curative, so if you have like psoriasis or arthritis or something, it can help you with that. But some say it's also very carcinogenic, so
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I think maybe we go with the
Discover in a
positive
few
reviews. We'll discover in a few years if crude oil has given us skin lesions and melanoma. Anyway, it's really cute. A lot of old people here. We're probably the youngest of the bunch. And it just seems like a little like retreat town. Fabia's tired. I just got completely soaked by the bum gun. We started off with a little workout at our resort's quote-unquote gym.
Finally done. Call me up, sweet mama. We'll run.
Yeah, by the way, the average age of the people is 70.
Yeah. Yeah, like there was like basically a person that could barely walk up the stairs. So I think that people come here for like really kind of like elderly issues that we're going to face one day. So we're just being preventative, you know? It was time for lunch. At the hotels here, all meals are included, for better or for worse. So how would you describe this place that we're in?
Sanatorium
Yeah.
for old people, mainly.
It has the faint smell of a hospital. It kind of reminds me of my school cafeteria in elementary school. But lots of vegetables, which is why we came here to detox. Or did we? You can get a full cucumber as well, but they're super filled with water. It's good hydration.
Enjoy.
Imagine this becomes like a horror story where we checked ourselves into an elderly home and we have to stay here forever. Forever. Finally, it was time to go do the oil bathing. After an initial doctor consultation where we were asked about heart conditions. Do you have a heart problem?
No, I don't know.
We were ready. But there were no appointments left that day, so we would have to wait until tomorrow. We went for another treatment instead. Okay, so we're going back to do another treatment. They have massages. I'll put the list up here of the different types of treatments. Obviously, translated in a weird way. I saw a hijab treatment, which I don't think it means hijab. We could do a lymphatic drainage. There's lots of other interesting ones as well. Time for a lymphatic drainage. No, just kidding, a massage. Okay, massage done. She was so nice, the lady. We were just exchanging what little words we knew in the different languages, and she wanted to learn all these different words too. And yeah, it was a very like cute experience of just a quick 15-minute massage. So nothing life-changing, but I do feel like my back is a bit more loosey-goosey flexible now. And no, they did not use crude oil for the oil. They used some kind of cocoa butter thing, fortunately.
Okay.
How to spell my name? Rhayen. Ryan. Ryan. Since we had to wait for the main feature until tomorrow, it was time to explore the town of Naftalan, boasting the same name as the oil in which it is obsessed. Okay, let's talk about Naftalan. What is this actual place? One thing, it's potentially named after a Persian word for naphtha, which means like oil or petroleum. So this town is literally centered around this oil and petroleum. And they discovered this naphthalon oil, which again has curative properties,
Or maybe not.
or maybe the opposite. What else? It rose to fame during the Soviet Union, this town. So early 1920s or so, this place was hopping with people. Started to go into degradation and kind of fell into like disrepair, or less tourism came in. Because of the war, there was the war in Nagorno-Karabakh, which has been kind of ongoing. But
It's really close from here.
yeah, it's super close. We're basically on the front lines, and now it's rising back into prosperity.
This area is famous in Europe since like the travel on the Silk Road of Marco Polo. He mentioned this oil bath, but like in this area, it was they used to do this oil bath.
We're taking the same bath as Marco Polo did.
Yes, with curative or maybe not curative.
Or
Still
cancerative.
This
We're walking into the town of Naftalan. So far, would you rather live in Montgomery, Alabama for 3 months? I'll link the video. Montgomery waterfront. There's a whole lot going on down there. Nikšić, Montenegro for 3 months.
yeah.
We'll put another link to the video. The international sign of love. Or Naftalan, Azerbaijan for 3 months.
Can I live in all of them?
We like to come to
Like,
these
you know, I don't want to miss
fun cities.
something, yeah.
We love joyful cities and places, don't we? All right, so Naftalan doesn't have so much going on. They do have a nice pomegranate juice maker. Souk, they call it, but he does potentially overcharge. Is it €2.50 for a little cup of pomegranate juice, viewers? As nighttime fell, we couldn't help but reflect on how bizarre it was to have a town built around a treatment that may or may not even be healthy. It made me think, what would happen to the already struggling town if Naftalan oil bathing were deemed dangerous? Day 2 in rehab. We're liking rehab. We're just saying that we understand why people come to resorts. Now we're all for it. You don't have to think about anything.
Yeah, it's good if you need rest.
Yeah. This country, you have to bring your own coffee everywhere. They only have tea, even in like hotels and stuff. It's just tea. So make sure that you have your Nescafe with you in Azerbaijan. It was finally the time to find out what oil bathing was all about. Are you ready?
Yeah, it's like really strong smell.
It smells like oil. Not like really, really strong oil, but it smells like oil. And like he fills up the oil tub, you get completely naked, and then you go into the oil. Oh my god, this is crazy. And you sit there for 10 minutes and what am I doing? It's so weird. Then you get out and he scrapes oil off of you.
Yeah, and while you're under the oil, you feel like after a while, like you're cooking. I feel like you feel the smell of the oil, and yeah, I
tingling.
was starting like to sweat on my face.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was enough after a while,
Yeah.
but still it's cool. And then you see your skin completely another color.
I don't know. I don't really feel too much. It just feels tingly, and now my skin feels soft. But like, obviously, it's not gonna have an effect if you just do it once. But let's see. Who knows? Maybe we'll grow 3 heads in the next days, and you'll have more people on camera. I don't know.
For sure, we smell like a gas station.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can get it off in the pool. So that was it for the oil bath. If it seems anticlimactic, it kind of was. I guess maybe it takes a few more times and probably a chronic skin condition to notice any kind of positive effects or negative effects for that matter. But it's pretty fair to say that one oil bath for a lifetime is enough. Okay, it's time to say goodbye to the
Naftalan.
Naftalan in the Carvin Hotel. It's been great at this place. We probably won't miss the food so much.
Yeah, the hospital food, so much.
But we did meet some nice people. The staff here is super nice.
Yeah, the stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Big shout out to Bahar. We didn't see her today. I guess she had time off.
And we're happy that
Yeah. She was
has time off.
She was the lady at the cafeteria who was just teaching us all these different Azerbaijani words, and she was great. So, and the masseuse. Big shout out to the masseuse as well. She was nice.
Yes, so we totally recommend, especially if you're road tripping like us, to stop in this village or like generally stop and relax.
And of course, get an oil bath. 2 days in, and so far we feel okay. Knock on wood. Okay, so if you like that video, subscribe, like, click the alarm button or whatever that's called, alert button.
Comment.
Yeah.
Would you take an oil bath?
Would you?
Would you risk
Would you
a
dare?
cancer?
I'ma be the last